statement, Doc, or direct the question?
I'll start with a statement. I told our guys I've never been more proud of a team or a group of guys in the 20 years that I've coached. They were really fun. I mean, and as I've said before, I never had a group where you wanted to, in the morning, and you race to the car, you race to practice, because you just love being around them, you know. So for me, it was just a pleasure to coach them, and it was also a pleasure to play Golden State. Like, for this group, and especially for the young guys, I don't know if I could have scripted the season before the season, and you told me that first of all this group can make the playoffs, which I don't think anyone believed, and we could pick our opponent. You know, as crazy as it sounds, I don't know if we could have picked a better opponent than Golden State because they're champions. They're extremely well coached. They play the right way. They do so many things that test your mental. And for Shea and Sham and Zub, you know, Therese, just all of them, you know, to go up against that. And every time they made a mistake, like tonight, it felt like we're about to make a run, then we make one defensive lapse, and it's a three. I think they've learned now that it's more than talent, and that it takes an amazing amount of focus and preparation to be a champion. And so, obviously, hats off to them, but good for us. You know, I couldn't be more thrilled. It was a pleasure, honestly, for us to play them. It really was.
Sabrina Merchant, SB Nation. Coach, this team just never stopped fighting all year.
No.
You know, you called them roaches. How did you decide?
Yeah, that was one of my better moments, but I couldn't come up with anything else.
How did you decide when it was time to call it?
I don't know. It was tough because I keep looking at the clock and I'm not good in math. So, you know, I think at the 2 whatever mark or whatever it was, and I look up and it's 25, or 20 or 18. That was when it was that late, because with this team, you know, you just know who they are. And I thought that they deserved the chance to keep fighting until that late. So, but when you come to realization that it's over, and you pull the guys, I just wanted to make sure that they got the proper notice from the fans, and they did.
Hey Doc, you guys win 2 at Oracle, lose all 3 at home in the series. Why do you think that was? And Lou struggled at home in these 3 games, when usually the bench guys do better at home.
Yeah, well, Lou's not a bench guy.
Right.
You know, Lou's whatever you call him. I'm not sure what we call Lou. I give them credit. You know, I thought they game planned well. We got them out the box a couple times in the series, but I thought they did an extremely good job. Iguodala, you know, was basically whenever Lou came in, Iguodala came in. They trapped him more in the last couple of games. You know, I thought what we did smart in the last game was we made Lou a playmaker first and then a scorer. I thought Lou came in to score tonight, and it kind of in some ways played in their hands. But I think the credit goes to their defense.
Doc, since they got Kevin, this team has steamrolled everybody in the playoffs. Every series has been 4 or 5 games, other than that Houston series. I know you wanted to win the series, but what does it say about this group that they were able to push them to 6 when no one else has been able to?
You know, I don't know. I mean, first of all, I don't know the history of that part of it, but I didn't go into this series thinking we'd be a pushover. I can tell you that. So for me, I don't know if I'm surprised. I'm just not. This team, they're just so ready to play. So it's good. You know, it's a good sign. But you know, the other thing I told them, listen at me like this next year. This is the start of something great here. This is just the start of it. And sometimes you have to go through the way you feel to get to where you want to go. And you know, I think our guys understood that.
Doug?
Just Kevin Durant's performance tonight. Obviously, he had big nights against you guys earlier in the series, but playing that first half, what did you see that was making him so unstoppable?
Him. You know, really, like, he's just a great player. He really is. We put about everybody on him. you know, there were 4 times where we, in the first half, where we actually made a defensive mistake where we kind of helped, but not really. They threw it to him. We got out there. He still made them. You know, when he gets it going like that, it's really, he's one of those guys, like, you just have to hope he misses. You know, I thought Pat had some impact on the beginning of the third, but you knew that wasn't going to last, you know, and it didn't. So he's just a great player, and that's why he's Durant.
Hey, Coach. Cameron Buford here, LA News Observer. Congratulations on a wonderful season. How do you look? Is it too early to look back upon the season? And what's your takeaway from the season? Is it too early?
It's too early for me, you know, but I can tell you up right now that, you know, we did more than most thought we could. You know, it's funny, I still wanted more, you know, so that's tough. It takes me a little bit to get away from everything. I thought our fans grew too this year. Like, it was awesome. It's the first time really that I really, like, they were phenomenal, and they stayed in there. They hung in there with us. You know, I don't know if I've ever had so many fans come up to me on the streets and say that this is their favorite team over any team that we had, and that meant a lot to me.
Do you feel so you're saying that you feel you kind of won over the city in that respect?
I don't know if we won over the city, but we won over our fans again.
You gave some fans.
And you
I'll
got
tell you gave some fans.
Well, I appreciate that, but you got to keep doing it. You know, they make a heck of a commitment to be fans, and I've always appreciated that. So we ask our players to make a commitment.